Hey, perfect spirit. I'm Sam the Miracle Man. Now let's create a miracle in your life right here, right now. No time for delay. Time's a ticking. We need that miracle right now. So if you're new to my channel, welcome. So this is what I talk about, getting rid of this head trash. You know, all those negative beliefs, those thoughts about ourselves, the opinions, all that stuff that's maybe creating a sense of despair, depression, panic attacks, anxiety. We need to get rid of that so it clears up all those emotional issues and really tap into our spirit, our consciousness, our soul. From here, life just gets magical. So for a long time, I was in the corporate world. It's a very black and white type of world. And I was in the IT space for over 20 years, doing all sorts of various jobs in that space. From the help desk to the analyst to IT managers to a data expert, all these different areas, but it was very black and white. Go to work, see the doctors, take lots of medicine. Very black and white world. I didn't know anything of the spiritual realms. Nothing. I was blind to it. And a lot of people are blind to that world. But just realize that destiny isn't fixed. That's just the lesson that I needed, was to go through the corporate, go through everything that was expected of me, see the doctors, take the medicine, do what they say. Very black and white. But now I look at my life now, the mystical life, which is basically just seeing everything as unified, that there is no separation. It's simply the mind creating this separation. So you can say the mystic life, mystical is just knowing that everything is interconnected, that it's all one energy, and that the highest energy is that within us. It also creates the sun, this mouse, this table, this floor. Everything is created from this one energy, and ultimately we are that, and all these various forms that look like separate, but we get down to their deepest core, they are one. So that's what I just want to share with people, just because life was a certain way, it doesn't always have to be that way. That you can shift out of this black and white realm, the corporate world, whatever you want to call it. It's very black and white, very analytical, very heavy. That's the way I describe that world. It's very heavy, routines, rituals, politics, procedures, very heavy. And then moving into this mystical world is just magical, that everything is possible. The only thing that's getting in the way, if you will, is the thoughts, and that, and you're able to see that, oh, there's that story, let me pull that out. And you're just constantly pulling out stories. It's the practice of taking these daily actions to just notice where the mind was catching you, triggering you, pushing your buttons. But as you get this awareness, this peace, then it doesn't hold power over you anymore. So if you're in this black and white world feeling lost, hopeless, it's okay. You just start wherever you are, coming back into this moment. It's like everyone is born a mystic. Everybody knows themselves as one with all that is. But then the mind comes along with the stories. First, it's your name that you start to recognize. Sam, Sam, Sam. And you get identified that, oh, you have a boy, a boy, a boy, a boy. And you get stuck with that label as well. And it just keeps building and building and building. Like when we come into Earth, we're like a perfect and pure bell. Perfect energy, perfect tone. Then we start adding tape, the head trash to the bell. And then eventually we just make thud. We lost our vibration. We're just making a thud now. And it seems the older we get, the more head trash we build up. But I know when I was very young, I had a massive amount of head trash. From being run over the van, all my health challenges, I had a massive amount of head trash by the time I was in my teenage years. As an undiagnosed bipolar, lots of fun, I'm sure it was for the others around me, arguing with the whole class over no reason, just being wild and crazy. But that's okay, because life, there are no mistakes. Everything's here for your growth. And if you're lost, you're in the weeds, perfect. You can change course. Destiny isn't fixed. And so when I'm doing this work now, I can't really explain it. You really have to experience. When I lead a circle, I simply get this out of the way and allow Spirit to take over, to channel, if you will. But channeling indicates a sense of separation. But really channeling is just connected to all that is, our true nature. And when you connect in here, the answers are there. Like all the collective wisdom is there. And we call it channeling to give it a reason, an excuse. But realize that you are a mystic. You can get out of the black and white corporate world into this mystical life. And when you're in this mystical life, manifestations just happen because you know how to get into the 0 point and create from there. And that's what the circle was last night, was getting rid of this so you can create from here. And you don't worry about the hows. You're just in the space of all that is. And you just know and trust that this or something greater is coming. There is no doubts in this space. Doubts are coming from the garbage up here. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that meditation. I shared it out to all the participants. But I may, offer for sale sometime because it's really powerful. I don't remember the last time I channeled a 1 hour long meditation. It was almost exactly an hour long of me just getting into this space of helping people manifest and create from there, and creating in a few different ways of getting them deep and then into this process. But when I look back, it's really surreal that I lived in this corporate black and white world where there wasn't a spiritual realm. It was blind to me because I was so lost up in here. But then once you get out of here, then the magic just happens. And I think that's what's missing in the book, like The Secret and all these other kind of manifestation books. They don't really talk about getting into the 0 point and then setting your intentions from there to painting with light while you're in that space. Because if you're not clearing your head trash, your manifestations are going to be confusing, mixed up, probably things you don't want, especially if you feel like there's something up here that says you're not good enough, not deserving. You're going to get all sorts of things that you don't want in that space because this is going to be creating interference. So that's one of the things. If you're not manifesting right now, it's probably because your head trash is in the way. So you're creating garbage. Mind is filled with garbage, so you manifest garbage. But if you can clear this, be quiet, then it just opens up. But it's a magical ride when you get out of the black and white world and take this leap of faith. That we have to realize the mind likes what's comfortable, what's familiar, what's similar. And it's very comfortable with that. And diving into the unknown, the mind protests, resists that, throws up all sorts of objections. Even if you're in a lot of pain, the mind doesn't care. It's comfortable, it's familiar. And that's the big key, it's familiar. Diving into your truth, your spirit, like you have the blueprint for life right here. I had to pause for a second there, needed a drink, but what I was talking about, you have the blueprint right here. Like this is your lighthouse, your architect. It knows the way forward, and this is just guessing what's the right direction for you. And I don't live in your body, so I don't know what's best for you. No one lives in your body, so no one can possibly know what's best for you. And these one-size-fits-all cookie-cutter approaches simply don't work for everyone because you are a unique expression. So if you're in this black and white world, it's fine. You can move into this mystical world, the world of the awakened, if you will, the self-realized. The self-realization is just knowing yourself as spirit, as consciousness, and it's not intellectual. That's a really interesting story. I saw like Adyashanti with this other teacher up on stage. You can see someone that embodied realization and someone that sort of knew it as a theory. It was really interesting dynamic there. Someone that could talk the talk, but you can tell he didn't embody it. It was very intellectual. And Adyashanti, he's probably one of my favorite teachers. He just totally embodied that enlightened living, if you will. He was just full of joy, of light, of peace, of happiness. And he's really profound. You should check him out. But then this other teacher, you can just see it's very intellectual. And you see this at the spiritual conferences quite a bit. People can talk the talk, but there's few that really embody that, that are light, that are free, that aren't bogged down by this heaviness. All right, I think that's my share for today. So please send me questions. What do you want me to talk about? You know, really, what do you want me to talk about? Because all the wisdom is right here. People ask me the craziest things. I have no idea. But I get the mind quiet and see what arises. Because it's connected to all that is. And I'm not special. You can do this too if you get rid of this, the garbage. All right, I'm going to head out of here. Take good care of yourself, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye for now. Keep on smiling. Enjoy life. This is our one life. Enjoy it. Make the most of it. There's no guarantees that you're coming back. All right, take good care. Bye.